Okay, we're back in the garage, giving the Funky Delta another bit of battery charge. Just wanted to give you a side view of the car and kind of show you the total, the final form that it ended up taking. Again, this was supposed to mimic the ride quality and the feel of a small fishing boat, and I believe I achieved that pretty well. As you can see, the passengers and driver get to have sort of an intimate little spacing here with a sun umbrella above them, or at least what becomes a sun umbrella. This is just some sort of thin nylon material we picked up at Marshall's on the way out of town one day, and you can sort of arrange it however you want depending on the wind and the sun and things like that out on the desert. Ties back into a single pole down here and kind of stays put. You can see we've put some throw pillows on the futon here. Normally we have a big comforter that rides on the futon. I don't have it with me right now, but kind of cushions the ride a little bit. There's no suspension on this car. It's really unnecessary out on the playa, which is totally flat. It's actually where they do a lot of the land speed barrier testing, so you can kind of assume it's a pretty flat, safe ride. Here's the front view. As you can tell, the driver doesn't have much of a view of where he's headed, and I really didn't feel like that was that important, just because, you know, there's a speed limit of 5 miles an hour on the playa, and for the most part I'm not even going that fast, so it's not designed for, you know, performance, obviously. The shade structures here are just 1-inch steel conduit, which we've bent into a pretty smooth circle. Me and one other person were able to bend these using actually a fire pit, so that was a kind of an interesting process, but it worked out pretty well. As you can see, the bends are pretty uniform. It creates kind of a neat effect looking at it head on. And then these are just 1 1/4 inch sockets that were just some pipe we cut and welded onto the armrests here. These are high-powered LED strips that I've zip tied on just to give it a little added safety feature for nighttime use. Real quickly, I'll drop the futon here and show you what it looks like when you're taking a nap. And there you have it. You have a little bed and a shaded area to take a nap out on the playa whenever you want. There's a little bit of a space underneath here for a small cooler, a couple of beers, or whatever you want to bring with you. And there's some nice, really thick AstroTurf that I've bolted onto the frame. I'll give you a shot from underneath. So the whole drivetrain and battery box are pretty much surrounded by these dust flaps that kept the dust off the passengers. Just some plywood and some cross beams here. You can see the wiring that's run along the inside of the frame, out of sight here, and that's a pretty simple design, actually. It's a very comfortable ride. The captain's chair, as you can see, is decorated with some fur and things like that. And it's bolted to the plywood with some brackets right here, so it's very sturdy. Yeah, that's about it. So maybe a little bit later I'll take the farmers for a ride again.